Good morning, children. A very warm welcome to all of you. I know how much efforts you are putting forth to make notes, learn, practice, download and complete the given worksheets or assignments. Every day you are here shows that you are willing to stick with it. And I encourage you to keep trying. Children, I appreciate your determination. I would now proceed with a very quick recap of the first stanza of the poem Pirate Story by Robert Louis Stevenson. The poet states that the three children are in the meadow by the swing. And what were they pretending to be? They were pretending to be pirates and sailing at sea. Remember, they were playing a game. So these three kids were ready to start their adventure journey and planning to go abroad or to sail to a far distant foreign land. They also feel the winds are favorable, which would thereby help them to travel across the waters. Now, coming to the explanation of the second stanza. Okay, just look at the first line of this stanza. Where shall we adventure today that we are afloat, weary of the weather and steering by a star? Where shall we adventure today that we are afloat? So over here, the three children are discussing amongst each other where they should go on an adventure today as they are afloat. Now, the second line, wary of the weather and steering by a star. That is, the word over here, wary, means being watchful against danger or being careful or cautious about the possible dangers. So here, wary of the weather means that while sailing, they will of course be cautious or careful about the weather conditions. Steering by a star. All right, the steering system, in any vehicle is the mechanical part of it which make it possible to control the direction of the vehicle or guide its movement. So at night, the ancient sailors used to follow directions by the stars. So here, steering by a star means that as they are heading for their adventure journey, they'll be mindful of the weather conditions and steer their boat following the stars. Now just look at the third and the fourth line. Shall it be to Africa, a steering of the boat, to Providence or Babylon, or off to Malabar? Now over here, the children are reflecting that to which place they should go. Should they direct their boat to Africa or to Providence? Providence is one of the oldest cities, in the United States. Or to Babylon. Babylon, a famous city from ancient Mesopotamia. Now it is known as Iraq. Or off to Malabar. Off to Malabar. Malabar in olden days referred to the entire southwestern coast of the Indian peninsula. All right. Now coming to the third stanza. Okay. Now look at these first two lines of this stanza, the third stanza. Hi, but here's a squadron rowing on the sea, cattle on the meadow a charging with a roar. So over here, now the children are in shock. Okay, they have put forth their feelings. They have exclaimed that they are in shock as they have spotted some danger. So before they decide where to travel, they spot a squadron rowing on the sea. Squadron means a group of aircrafts or warships. Okay. Remember that they are imagining themselves to be at sea, but actually they are present in the meadow, and they have spotted the cattle, that is a group of domesticated animals like cows, oxen, bulls, etc., which they again assume as squadrons at sea. And the cattle was rushing forward, making a loud sound. Where was the cattle rushing? Towards these children. Therefore, they decided to escape from them. All right. Now, the third line. Quick, and we'll escape them. They are as mad as they can be. Now, these children know that they would not be able to control the approaching herd. They are as mad as they can be. Of course, they over here refers to the cattle, and the cattle is wild, fast as they can be. So it will be good for them to try and escape from the scene or run away from the place to avoid any sort of harm or danger. Now see the last line of the third stanza. The wicket is the harbor and the garden is the shore. To understand the meaning of this line, you need to know the meanings of the words like wicket, harbor, shore. Alright. So wicket over here means a small gate at the entrance of a garden, either beside a larger gate or in it. Harbor here means an area of water on the coast where ships and boats can shelter. So these children run away from the meadow and they find a small gate of the garden where they can harbor. That means where they can take shelter against the wild cattle. And the garden is the shore. The word shore means the land bordering the sea. So here the garden is the land present along the edge or border of the meadow. So it is here where the children can take refuge or keep themselves safe from the approaching danger, that is the running cattle. But again remember that they have visualized or pictured themselves at sea. So the danger that they were facing in the meadow, they had also related it to the perils or the dangers that the pirates face at waters. Children, through this poem, the poet describes the imaginative life of the child. For example, the garden becomes the setting for pirate adventure in this poem, right? Pirate story. The swing becomes the boat for them, or the cattle becomes the squadron for these children. So the children created visual images which allowed them to explore and understand the world around them. At the same time, they also learned how to react or interact to the things in their surroundings. Children, we have completed the entire explanation of this poem. Now I would like to remind you to pause the video and jot down the important points for your better understanding. You can learn the poem, practice it with proper voice intonation and expressions. Also learn and write the word meanings in your notebook. You can pause the video if you want and write it down. Else I will upload the page on the portal for your reference. Okay. I would now just quickly go through the word meanings of this poem. Afloat, floating on water. Meadow, an open area of grassland or a piece of land found along a river. Lee, again an open area of grassland. Wary means cautious or careful. Squadron, a group of aircrafts or ships. Wicket, a small door or gate, specially one beside or in a larger one. Stay home, children, and stay safe.